Over 80% of teachers at Centralia High School, whenever I surveyed them, said that they did not support preventing teachers from assigning mandatory homework assignments. However, whenever I surveyed many students, over half of them were entirely in support of, not having homework be mandatory. And it's very clear, like, obviously you and me, we don't like homework, right? I didn't like writing this project, it was not fun. But as a whole, why, whenever looking at the benefits of everything, would a student not want to, engage in these practices? As a whole, like Centralia, our 6 school districts should not prevent teachers from assigning mandatory homework, because homework reinforces education principles. It teaches time management and other benefits. And additionally, like, teachers don't assign as much homework as we quite think they do, obviously excluding AP accelerated and dual credit courses. Now, homework is a really great tool for reinforcing concepts learned in the classroom. I've noticed this personally a lot of times with math. Like, if I don't do my homework, I don't know what happened at all, especially over the weekend whatsoever. And it's a really, really good way just to refresh your brain and make sure you know what's happening. And according to Susan Voorhees' 2011 article titled "Why the Dog Eats Nikki's Homework, Making Informed Assignment Decisions," published by the International Literary Association, she states that homework continues to be perceived as a valuable teaching tool that creates academically disciplined and successful literate beings. There's a positive relationship between the amount of homework students do and their academic achievement. This is fancy speak that for doing your homework means you do better academically. You get higher test grades, you score higher on quizzes, you have, a higher GPA and everything like that. And according to a paper titled "Does Homework Improve Academic Achievement?" By Harris Cooper, Jane Robinson, and Erica Patel, students that were in the same courses but were assigned homework outperformed their peers who were not. They outperformed 69% of their peers that just were not assigned homework. Same courses and everything, but they did better than almost 70% of other students just because of homework. And teachers, that's what that fun little thing over there is, a survey of teachers. Most of them, about 80%, said that they believe that homework is helpful in educating in their students' education. And another thing that homework is really helpful with, and Dalton rightfully predicted it, is time management. Homework obviously helps with a lot of skills other than just time management. It teaches you responsibility and accountability and all sorts of things. But with time management specifically, it gives you essentially like a responsibility and a sense of autonomy, and the fact that you can prioritize your own schedule and what you need to do. You have to plan ahead, and you have to have self-discipline. That one is really important because it's really easy just shove aside the homework and put TikTok in your face. And you have to balance your priorities and everything, and there's deadlines you have to meet, which prepares you well for going into the workforce whenever you're expected to meet deadlines there as well. And according to an article titled "Homework Help, Everything You Need to Know," published by Oxford Learning in 2023, with many assignments and deadlines to meet, homework teaches students how to manage their time and prioritize tasks. Students have jobs, extracurriculars, personal responsibilities, and their homework, and it is a lot to manage. However, having the ability to do so in a safe, controlled environment at home, where if you fail, you have a support network to fall back on, is a really great tool to teach yourself essentially how to adult without actually adulting and having those punishments for not successfully adulting. And some of you might be thinking, well, even if my time management didn't suck and I didn't want to, play on my phone all the time, like, the teachers are still assigning me too much homework, right? And this was kind of one of Dalton's arguments, is that teachers are assigning entirely too much homework, right? And this really is not true. Elizabeth Swanson and Blair Payne, in their 2023 article titled Supporting Families to Motivate Their Middle School Student During Homework Time state on average 96% of students from kindergarten through 12th grade report that they are assigned homework to complete outside of school hours. Homework is especially prevalent in the after-school lives of adolescents. Students at the secondary level, meaning college, are assigned about 2 hours of homework each night, with high school students completing an average of 6.6 hours of homework per week. I did the math. That means 1.32 hours of homework a night on average, which is an hour and 20 minutes, right? So a little over an hour, and this lines up with the survey that I gave you all, which most of you all said that you spend over an hour doing your homework. Now the fun part is that is 5.5% of your day. You spend on average 20% of your day on social media. So is it that much homework?
Boom.
Because you're spending roughly 4.8 hours of your time a day, and some of you significantly more. We can look at your screen time, it's not fun, on social media, but you're only expected to spend maybe an hour and 20 minutes on homework, which realistically in the grand scheme of things is not that much. So, as a whole, right, Centralia RV6 school district shouldn't obviously try and manage whether or not teachers mandate homework assignments to be completed by their students for a grade or anything, right? Homework teaches really good life skills that set you up wonderfully for post-secondary education and jobs. It improves academic performance significantly, which again sets you up good for post-secondary, college and stuff and jobs. And as I showed, obviously, like, it's not that much homework, unless you're taking an AP or dual credit course, but that's not specifically what we're talking about here. We're talking just regular high school courses. So even though homework is not fun, trust me, I know it's not fun. I hope you all understand from now on the importance of actually doing your homework.